What is up, everyone? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. It is Tuesday, September 7th. We're here. I almost said Wednesday, but it's not Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, my dudes. Bruh, I'm looking at the full screen on you.
Dude, yeah, it looks
Butter.
good.
So, how's it going, man? Stomaha, exclamation point, Baka 70. Will lead you to the Geek Hack. It's also, if you look at 3D Cubes, the page is up and ready.
Ooh, I'm ready to go.
Up and ready. Should be fun. Should be a good time, man. How are you? How was your Tuesday? How was your weekend, and how was your Tuesday?
So, Tuesday was good. Today was good. It was a very busy day at work, which was good because it makes the time fly by when you got a lot of stuff to do. It makes it easy to let the day go by real fast. As far as my weekend, it started out great, and then didn't really tell not very many people know, except for you and like a couple other people. But unfortunately, my grandfather passed away Sunday morning, which is very sad. It was not anything crazy. It was full on natural causes. Like, he was doing what he loved the most, sitting at the desk sitting at the table eating cereal with his banana that he did every morning, reading the paper, and he just went to sleep. And so my uncle, who lives with him, was there and went to go get some food, came back, found him, and so my parents are out there in Georgia. I'm going to be going out there later this week for his funeral. So it's a sad thing, but I spent a lot of time talking to my dad on Sunday about it. It's like, you remember, like, the last couple years with him have been hard. Obviously, when people get older, they start to get to a point where you're like, they're not the same person that you remember them as. And so he's like, remember the times when you were a kid and you would go out there and spend a week every summer with all the fun things you did. So yeah, it's a lot of, it's a lot, but it's gonna be okay. Good.
How old was he?
He was 91. So he lived a full long life, like traditional, like depression, post-depression era man. Started working at his first job when he was like 13, worked until he was like 87. Like, he just stopped working like 5 years ago.
Good Lord.
And yeah, he worked in the auto industry for like his entire life, so yeah, really strong guy, hard-headed guy. It's kind of where I get it from a little bit.
But, I wonder where you got it from.
but no, it's one of those things where you go out and celebrate his life this weekend, spend time with family. And so yeah, unfortunately I won't be here for the Saturday stream, which I'm actually really sad about, because I was excited to get to talk to Crash about the poster, which I got hung up.
Hell yeah.
You can't really tell.
I can see it, sort of. I can see the corner of it.
But the Keep Town poster, I think, I was debating on, like, do I put this in my living room? It's literally got me on. Is that a little bit much? But then I mean, like,
I've got pictures of me in my living room.
Yeah, but that's like you and your wife. Like, that's your
our wedding wall.
But what about you? How was your long weekend?
My long weekend was good. It was moderator at Abracadaniel. A little belated happy birthday for her there. But yeah, it was her birthday. My amazing wife's birthday. Hung out with some friends at night. Did a lot of baking. Little charcuterie board action. Hit up a what's it called? Farmers market. So it's just good time overall. Like, it was, it's a good time. It's nice. Since her birthday fell on Sunday, you had that nice 3-day weekend with that cushion on each side. So it's good to celebrate. Got a lot of plants. For those who don't know, my wife loves plants, and I think doubled the amount of plants we have because I used to have them all on my desk because of where my desk is compared to the window,
The sun.
the sun. And but she was like, hey, this plant tower looks cool. And I was like, bought.
Yeah.
Because now we can have more, and I get some desk space freed up. And honestly, it wasn't the space; it was the constant fear of knocking a plant off of the side.
Yeah.
So, but no, other than that, relaxing weekend. Today was not bad. Today was like the kids started getting shitty at like 1:45, which it starts making sense because it's like they're tired, they're over it. So it was, it was a good day. Good day. And I saw you this weekend.
True.
Saw you on the Monday. Saw you yesterday.
Yesterday. Came over, hung out for a little bit, talked, and changed crap. Forgot I gotta go grab the mail.
Well, I'll go first because I don't have anything like keyboard exciting at the moment on my desk. Probably not gonna leave. Baka 70. This is going up. Group buy is September 17th, I believe at noon. So there it is. It's got 69 gram Anubis switches in it, brass plate. Yes, it does weigh 7 pounds. Yes, it is $550. Yes, I disagree. I wish that it was cheaper. Trust me. But it is what it is. .NET, hello. So yeah, Box 70 again, September 17th. Check it out at 3D Keeps. I'll probably use this through the group buy, or I'll be weird and like change it Thursday night before the group buy. So I'm good, Donick. And for mail, got some like camera stuff. Got some camera stuff in. Like, oh, duh. Well, you'll never see this, but I got a new monitor, my main one that I look right here. That's been nice. My old monitor's been dying for like, 5 months. I think I hit you up about it like earlier this year. I was like, my monitor's starting to flicker.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those things because that's an old monitor. I don't know if you remember. I got it on Amazon. They fucked up the pricing.
It was when we lived at the house. So that was like 6 years ago.
Yeah. So they fucked up the pricing. It was supposed to be like $437 and it was like $237. I was like, why is this so cheap? Whatever, buy. And then like 10 minutes later, it was corrected, but they allowed it. So I got a Dell something. It's like 2197G. Monitor names are stupid. It's 144 upgraded to 155, 1440p. So it's made for like gaming. My other one's a 4K that's a lot better for like color editing and all that shit. But the one thing, a big reason that kind of led me to this, 2719 DGF. Thank you, Kinnick. But I wanted something that was higher than 144 so that I knew it could handle 144 constantly. Because the other one maxes out at, like, it's recommended at 120.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
can go up to 144. So the monitor was always like hot. So basically it was like overclocking it at 144 for 6 years straight.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's get some headroom. I don't need 204. I'm not a professional gamer, but I do appreciate a 144 hertz monitor. And I really got it used for like 300. So it was the only thing, there's like a little scuff on the back and none of the cables were like, all the cables are aftermarket, but I didn't even grab the cables. I just took the monitor off the mount, put it back up, plugged everything in. So, color accuracy monitors. Yeah, it took me like almost an hour to get the colors right. And it's a TN panel, so if you look at an angle, it's going to start distorting it. But the other thing is there are programs like Lightroom and Premiere that literally would, like I showed Eric this the other day, like it literally just turned off and on for like a whole second. I was like, well, I can't work on this and like in something like Premiere, and then certain video games didn't work either. But something like Premiere, I was like, I don't need color accurate monitor for not 80% of the work of a video. But so I can drag it over, get my colors right, and then work on all the other stuff. But I needed something, and found a good deal. So happy about that. In box 70. What about you? What's some mail? You got some of my mail that we 100% forgot to exchange.
It's funny. So yesterday, when I was getting ready to go over to Dave's house, I was like, "Hey, I have this, this, and this for you. Am I forgetting anything?" And we both completely forgot about this. Well, we'll start off with what's on my desk because it hasn't changed. I swapped to this before stream last week. Haven't changed. Uh, Baka Boys once again. I've got Baka 60 in OD green with olive, and this has the Anubis switches in it. Looks great. This is the original run of the Baka 60, so it's got the numbered. This was the out of 20, so this is number 9. Which 9's my favorite number, given the fact that my birthday is 9/9, which is in just here in a few days. But yes, so that's what's on my desk. But I did get some mail for Dave. SA dual shot, or as I accidentally called it due to autocorrect, I guess, SA dual shit. It came in this past week. I don't know why I had initially ordered this for you and not changed it to your address in the first place, but yeah, so dual shot. So I'm gonna actually mount these up and take some pictures here in the next couple of days. It looks really good. The colors are super vibrant, which I don't know how well this comes across on stream, but they look freaking awesome. But yeah, that was my mail, and then second mail. This is last. I got mine after stream. New camera. So this is an Sony A6600, which, yeah, I'm excited to start using this. The camera that is going to be for face is still going to stay for face, but we were flipping them when we did build streams, so now we won't have to flip them, and we have this camera that we can use wherever, and it's got a bigger battery, so we can do video stuff and have fun with it. So really excited to mess around with this. Not like the most massive upgrade of camera, but just like a good quality of life. Maintains the same workflow, similar workflow, so it's really nice.
Yeah. Plus, the upgrade to full frame is so expensive. Like Eric and I talked about it for God knows 5 days straight of like multiple hour-long conversations of do we go full frame, do we not go full frame, and what would be. I mean, obviously the benefits are there, but what's the price to performance benefit that we would get? Because the other thing is, you know, we still have to keep one camera and at least one lens, but it's like, well, we already have all these awesome lenses in the APS-C format. Why not get the best Sony APS-C camera, and then we can use all of our nice glass that we have. So, and speaking of glass, you're looking bocalicious.
I am very bocalicious. So this was part of Dave let me borrow this. Was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to purchase this lens, the Sigma 30 millimeter 1.4, and I think it looks mighty fine. I was using what is, funnily enough, like 4 or 5 times the price this lens, which is really good. The Sony 2.8 16 to 55 G Master, or G lens. Really great lens, super sharp, but the extra 1.4, the bokeh, is really nice.
Yeah, it's an insane lens, and it's like $280 new.
Yeah, crazy,
which is
crazy value.
Bananas. So I guess the question is, are you going to go for it? Are you going to buy your own, or is that lens gone forever from me?
No, I'll buy my own. I'll buy it. But yeah, no, I think I definitely should. I think it looks great. Yeah, and XDeeds, we did think about that, about using APS-C lenses, but like if we were going to do that, if we were gonna get the bigger, like the full frame bodies, like it didn't feel like enough of a. I guess if the A7 IV wasn't delayed till like forever, and it was out, we may have gotten A7 IV, but like the fact that we still don't know if that's gonna actually happen this year. Um,
Or if we'd even be able to get one when it launches.
exactly. Like it's one of those things we don't, while we really enjoy this, we don't make a ton of like money on this. We don't like, this isn't our jobs. The A65, Chewy 64, and the 6600s do enough, and it's nice to be able to just swap things in and out and have everything work together, except for the batteries. But
Yeah, which whatever. But it's also nice. The other thing too is being able to just grab your camera and be like, "Cool, let's start making stuff right now." And we can leave, you know, leave everything up. Streaming can be annoying to like set stuff up and tear it down and all that stuff. So it's like the freedom of being just, I guess that freedom of being able to go, okay, I want to go that I want to get that extra step. I want to do something. I want to do something fun. Eric and I have been talking about the channel changes and about how to approach YouTube a little bit more. And we've been doing a lot of color tests and a lot of just testing on how it's going to look and all that stuff. And we're really excited to bring more content outside of Twitch. Like streaming's fun. Don't get us wrong. Streaming's a lot of fun, but you can become complacent. And we talked about this a few weeks ago about becoming complacent and how maybe we have stopped. Maybe we have gone, okay, it's easy. It's easy to stream. Let's challenge ourselves to do something different and do something more fun. You know, video editing's a pain in the ass. That's something that Eric's typically done most all of it. I haven't touched video editing. So it's like, all right, well, now I need to challenge myself and do video editing and, you know, challenge myself to do more and put more stuff out. So it's been a slow process, but an exciting one too. So
yeah, it's cool to find new ways to like scratch the creative itch. Like we talked about it before, of like we were both highly creative people that have, you know, spent a lot of time doing creative things throughout, you know, our entire lives at this point. And so it's nice to get something to kind of freshen it up a little bit. Not that like streaming is stale, but uh, it gets,
you put a lot of front work in,
yeah,
and then it becomes easy. And then once it becomes easy, it's easy to become complacent when you're going, okay, well, I know what I'm going to do. At that point, it's like, well, you deliver better content, but it's like, yeah, but then what kind of content do you want to? Do you want to?
yeah,
You want to make the exact same content over and over and over? Not really.
yeah, because it's like we could easily just get a whole bunch of builds and just do more build streams, but like that's never really been our MO. Like we didn't even really do build streams for the longest time on the channel. So
Yeah, we didn't. It wasn't until January 2020 is when we really started focusing on getting builds. But and that was just our creative approach. Was okay. Well, what's in keyboards? Well, build streams. Everybody builds keyboards, so let's do something different. So should be fun. I'm excited. Later this month, I will be working on a video that kind of like announces what we're gonna be fucking doing while Eric's out chilling in the west side of the country. So it'll be good. October will bring a lot of unique and interesting changes to the channel. Things that we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be trying some different stream approaches and then asking for feedback. So bear with us. If it's not something you like, let us know and we will put that into account, because we don't want, if we do something that everybody hates, we're not going to fucking do that anymore.
yeah,
So,
for sure. Yeah, because maybe we should open up an ideas like channel in the Discord, like what Top Clack did. I think it's
yeah.
super healthy
What do
to
you
give
want?
people,
What do you want to see? Do I'll fucking make that right now.
because like, yeah, if you've got ideas, maybe there's some things that people would like, maybe that we should change that we haven't even thought about. That would be
Boom.
perfect.
Right there. Ideas for stream under sub chat.
There we
Boom.
go.
Now it's under self promotion. You know, I'm gonna kick it all the way up to below keyboard of the week.
More keyboard. But
So,
yeah,
all right. If you have something to say, if you want us to do something, if you have something you want us to go over, by all means, let us know. We'll happily talk. But first off, this stream is brought to you by OmniType Project Keyboards, Canon Keys, and Kinetic Labs, as well as our awesome partners, Zap Cables, Type Beast, Smith & Root, and 3D Keys. They're all awesome people. Go check those links. Bookmark those links if you want to help continue support our channel. And definitely need a beard. I'll work on it right now. But can we beat the Red Dragon? All right.
Dude.
So for those who don't know,
isn't the Red Dragon like $30?
it is $29.99. Let's see. Hold on. I will put this beefy link because I do smile.amazon, so every link is ridiculously long. So that is a $29.99 Prime. I can fucking overnight that shit and it would be here potentially before I even go to work. What is this keyboard? This is a mechanical keyboard made by the company Red Dragon. It is a K552 or K552 or however you want to say it. It is a 10 keyless keyboard with Otemu red switches. It is RGB. It is built of primarily plastic. I have personally never seen one of these, much less used one. So it's a board. It's a board. It's a board. You know, that people here. To me, what this board's for people who want a mechanical keyboard but are wanting to not spend any money on it. I get that. It's a thing, right? it's the I spec'd out my PC because I only have $800 and I need a keyboard, but I know mechanical keyboards. Oh, I found this one for $30. I'll tell you right now, at the price, you can't beat it.
I can tell you two things we can't beat: the price and getting it overnight between 4 and 8 a.m.
Yeah. You can't beat that Prime overnight. We were talking about if you'd like to see us try and upgrade this board, let us know and we will fucking do it. Because we can afford, Eric and I can combine afford a $30 keyboard.
Yeah, we could definitely afford. What? There's a promotional available. What is it? Save 15%. Oh, yeah,
oh, dude,
you get a mouse.
Oh yeah, I don't want a mouse.
I just want to say this keyboard would be much more aesthetically pleasing if it didn't have the giant Red Dragon logo on it.
Maybe that's one of the changes we change. Maybe we sand that down, rip it off. $30 too steep. Nick would ever for. I mean, I get it, man. Streaming's tough, right? Oh, it's September. It's September. It's like what, 20% off subs?
Yeah, I think so.
So 20%. if unless you're a Prime sub, if you're someone that's paying the $5, you're getting 20% off. That's a whole dollar off. So consider subbing for cheaper this month because it's this month.
Yeah. I think gifted subs are cheaper too.
Hell yeah.
As well.
Hell yeah. So consider it helps us create stuff. You guys, we would not have our nice cameras without the awesome support that you guys give us. So what's tonight's episode? We can't beat the Red Dragon in price, but I'm pretty sure we can beat it in quality. We are going to try and come up with 3 boards. You guys are more than welcome to help out as much as you want. This is not an episode brought to you by Thockstock. We are very good friends with Thockstock, but we have no professional relationship with Thockstock. But we're going to be using Thockstock a lot because, it's fucking easy to find shit that's in stock. So the stipulations: we are not accounting for tax or shipping, and everything has to be in stock, ready to buy. So no tax, no shipping. And what we're doing is we're going to build 3 boards. We're going to build a board at $200, which is going to be difficult to do. And that's caps, switches, stabs, board, everything. I'm talking everything but the cable. because you probably have a cable lying around somewhere.
Yeah. You can figure something out.
You can figure something out for the cable. At the $200 price range, at the $300 price range, and at the $500 price range. And we're going to try and guess and ask up to you. We'll probably put a poll up towards the end. Which one do you think is the best deal? My assumption, I think the 300 is really where the hobby opens up to you. That's my assumption.
For sure. All right.
What about you? What are you feeling? 2, 3, or 500?
I think I think 200 will leave someone who is maybe I think 200 will be the best value for someone who this is what they want and this is like a splurge, but they have no intention of going further in the community.
Yeah.
I think I think if you go 300, you can get a lot more that maybe is like a setup board for a future plan, right? Like or it can be something that you continue to use that maybe is has a little bit more long-term value, and then 500 probably even more so. So I think you're right. $300 is probably the point where it's like that's going to be a board that's good enough for really probably anyone in the community.
Yeah.
And they will get value out of it. We talked about how like the Bakaneko, which I don't think is in stock right now, unfortunately, but like if that would definitely be one that would really be awesome. But
because that with some GAT yellows and some caps is like 200, which I think that's the play, honestly.
But like I think the $500 board could be like an actual end game for someone who is coming into the hobby. Like that's like you spend that much money, that's like holy shit, this is an insanely different experience than I was getting with my Ducky or my Corsair or my Razer, or my cheap Dell keyboard that came with my computer that I bought. But yeah.
So we'll start with the 200. So again, one of the biggest impeding problems at $200 is PCBs. PCBs, there's not like the cheap PCB.
So,
and I don't think you cheap out on the PCB.
Well, here's the first question: $200. What are we doing? Like keyboard wise, are we going? I think we have to go 60%.
Yeah, I don't see unless there's a very cheap 65% PCB. Who needs that exactly?
What's a DIY kit like? Yeah, like a tofu.
See, that's so when I initially did my idea of like 200, right? Look up, there's a 60% board that's under keyboard cases, and it's made out of like resin. And it's a key and KBD fans, and it's $55.
Oh wow, you're going like shop keyboard case 60% layout. Okay, so we've got. You don't want to go for the $15 plastic case?
No, we're a little bit more. We want this to look cool too. Like so, there it is. Yeah, there it is on the right.
This one, the frosted acrylic mechanical keyboard case.
That's maybe I missed that one. Hold on.
Or is it the?
It's like a Ballo or something.
Oh, this one's way cooler. Coolness factor super cool. Just went up.
Because you have to get a board that like. If you're buying a custom keyboard, you probably want a board that's like, that's going to get someone to go, oh, like that's a cool board. Like you want to see your hard work come out. And I think there are a lot of color options because again, what's the big pull on custom mechanical keyboards? A lot of it is I get to make a cool board that I like that's custom to me. $55. You can get. And what all of them are, I've been contemplating buying one of these and the Mystic Jade.
The Mystic Jade's pretty. So is the Tropical Sea. Dude, even the black looks sick.
Yeah, these all look like. Also, by the way, Eric, after stream, remind me to ask you about getting a Mystic Jade. um, so I could like part of me almost wants to build this exact board that I'm talking about. So Mystic Jade, it's a tray mount board. So it's tray mount. You know what also uses a tray mount? Fucking Fiel. Excellent case. I really want to get one of these. The cutout, I believe, is a little bit more open, but that's that's you're gonna see that in boards like these. Plus you can add a little RGB in there if you get that. And it's just a cool keyboard, and at $55 you leave a lot of space. You give yourself a lot of headroom for other things, because you need some stuff to go with this board.
Yeah, absolutely. So what PCB are we doing? What was your idea? Did you want to go solderable, or did you go?
Yeah, I wanted to go solderable because usually I believe hot swap. I went with the ANSI V2 because I don't think you should cheap out on PCBs. I think you can save $4 or $5 getting a DZ60, but the DZ60 looks like someone tripped and shot it with a shotgun. ANSI, I believe, is $45.
Yeah, $45. So we're at what?
Yeah,
45.
We're at 100. We're 100 even right now.
45
plus, yeah, you've got VIA support. It's a solid PCB. It's going to last you a couple desolders. If this is going to be your first build, you probably want something you don't want to have to replace. And the next thing you might want to do, if you can go up to the Instant 60, but I believe that is where, that's $15 extra. So something to think about. If you're looking at this video for advice and you have maybe 220, I might go for the Instant 60, especially if this is your first keyboard. And you don't have a soldering iron, because we are assuming in this that you have the means to solder this.
Yeah, I think if you're going super bare bones, solderable is going to be the best way. But I think, especially it's what is your plans in the community? Do you want to continue your journey into keyboards, or are you getting this cool looking resin case board? You're trying to spend as little money as possible, get everything, get it in a couple weeks, and you're going to put it together and you're done. Then the ANSI is definitely worth it, because you scratch the itch of like a little bit of RGB underglow. A lot of people come over from the normie boards that can't get rid of the RGB. They want that RGB. So this scratches that itch slightly. But I think the Instant 60 for $15 more, definitely well worth it if someone plans to continue their keyboard journey and wants to turn this board from their main board into something as like a switch tester, something that you can use to break in switches or try out different lube methods or different lubes on switches, or just try out different switches in general. Having a board like this you can just throw new switches in is great. So yeah.
Very cool. So need a plate. KBD fans,
So
you're already buying the board. We're going straight to KBD fans. You have the option here. You can go polycarbonate. You can go aluminum. They even have, I don't know, it says carbon fiber hot swap plate. So you're locked into the right arrow key for if you want carbon fiber and you're getting the solderable PCB. It's not going to work with the Canon key, so we'll just kick carbon fiber to the curb on this discussion. For me, I'm probably going aluminum. I like a little more stiff, but you have a choice here now. It's the same price, polycarbonate or aluminum, so it's pretty cool. Also, I thought about this tonight. If you're wondering why the Baca and the Baca metal and the Baca polycarb are the same price, here's your answer. The aluminum and the polycarbonate plates are the same price. Polycarbonate is expensive.
Yeah. It also has a really high failure, in terms of just like the overall consistency of the build.
Yeah. And then they also have that weird carbon fiber where it's like strings.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I don't know anyone that's used to this. But this is carbon fiber, obviously a very strong plate material, very strong material. But to me, this seems like it's a little bit much on the cutout portion. So I would probably, if you want a little bit more of a flexi boy, go with a polycarbonate. But aluminum gets you a nice classic feel. That's what we're going with. I agree. Going with the aluminum would be good. So 19. So we're at $119.
$119. So 119. So we need stabs, we need switches, we need caps. Okay, so we'll start with switches. Can't go wrong with GAT yellows.
Dude, are we gonna do the new ones?
The cap switches?
The KS3X1 Pros, dude.
How much are those?
They're we would need what? 70? It would be $52.80.
Yeah. That's a bit over budget.
Damn.
So I think you said Thought Keys has
this
them.
Is the Thought Keys.
This is the Thought Keys ones? Okay, well then we're going to 3D keeps.
Okay.
We're going to 3D keeps because that's also where we are going to be buying our stabilizers. So 3D keeps, they've got GAT yellows at $21 for 70.
Okay.
So she got those new GAT yellows, yeah. And so this is where it's like you're really starting to cut corners. You're limiting yourself. So let's see, we have 55 plus 45. We had $19 plate, and we have $21. And
the switches are 15 and 40. Oh, the reason why I already had these in my cart. That's why they were so expensive. I was gonna buy them the other day. Now I've got 22. I'll do that later. I don't need to mess with this right now.
So 140. We need stabs. You need 3, maybe 4.
Okay.
So if we get 3 stabs, that's 450 or 475. So we are at 144.75. Currently, we're picking up 3. They don't have the 7U, but they're the same price. But we can also build a 6.25U with a split backspace. Why not? We got the switches for it. So this is where the board technically goes over 200. If you can find GAT yellows for cheaper, there's some that are marked as, you can get like GAT blacks for $250 a piece, which saves you like $3. And then for caps, we're going Cannon Keys nice PBT black on white.
Ooh.
And so there's a distinct reason for this, because this is a keycap set that you never really have to sell. It's classic looking, right? It's black on white. It's going to look good on any of the colors of the resin board you get. It's $59.99. So this comes in at $204.75. We are a little over. Again, though, you can save some. You can also go plateless. You can buy 5 FR4 plates for $15 if you wanted. There's some cut. The GAT Yellow Pros are $250 per 10 at Thought Keys. So there you go. So that puts it at like $202.
I think your math's off.
Is it? How much are the caps?
$60. I think it's $200.44. Because it's $21.65 for the switches and the stabs.
Oh, okay. So 21. So plus, what was it? 60 plus 19 plus. So that's case, PCB, plate, caps, and then you said 21 what?
40 or 21.65.
Okay, $200.65. My math was wrong. So $200. We got there.
So $200 and a hunt through the couch.
Yeah, go a quick
pull the seat forward in your car, get all the change.
If you are 65 cents short of a build, I will send you 65 cents. All right.
You're gonna say $65?
That's a lot. No. So let's talk about the pros and cons. Pros, one, you have a completed keyboard for $200, and honestly, with an aluminum plate, there's not much. There's not much wrong here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the you're getting a really nice board that would be better. I think the shining star in these is the Milky Yellow Pros, which that's the same. The one that 3D Keys has is the same Switch that we were talking about on Thought Keys. I'm pretty sure if they're the KS3, the brand new ones, which it sounds like they are. Um, I think that those are the shining star in this build. Um, but there are definitely some maybe room for improvement. I think you're missing one thing would be if we're talking about someone who's getting into it, lube, maybe spending $20 getting, some brushes and some lube. You don't need to lube the Yellow Pros. They are lube. And so really all you could get by if you want to go Omega cheap, run down to like the hardware store, get some dielectric grease or Walmart.
You probably know someone who's got
yeah.
Ask your car friend or
you got a mechanic
friend.
friend. They got some dielectric grease.
They'll let you take a pinky nail's worth of some grease to get your stabs tuned. Yes, you're making some cuts. We don't know how good the board is. I've never personally used it, but I've heard that I've heard they sound fine. An aluminum plate. Some people, plate preference is preference, right? I think personally the two, in my opinion, my humble opinion, my favorite plate is brass, and I think the two best plates are brass and palm. I think those two are the best sounding and the best feeling. FR4, if it's a nice one, is probably, I'd say forged carbon is right there, and then FR4. Aluminum can be a little bit pingy if you're worried about it being loud. Maybe go for the polycarbonate plate in here.
Yeah.
But you're getting the custom mechanical keyboard experience in this build, but you're not getting any extra. You're not getting any design buff, right? You're not getting like, this is a tray mount board. Tray mount's been around forever. Like you're getting big me for a minute.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button on the.
You're getting the experience, but you're not getting a lot of the premium qualities that a lot of these keyboards offer.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. If you were looking at this, spending the additional $15 to get something like an Instant 60 would be worth it. I think if you can squeeze it, Instant 60 would definitely be a good choice to just leave yourself the options open to purchasing new switches, to try new things, because this board in a soldered state would make someone feel kind of locked into it, in that if they were moving forward, they would have to purchase another plate and another PCB, and then that's, instead of being $15 more, that's another $60. So yeah, I think that would be probably my best if you're gonna stretch it just a hair. 20 bucks for or $15 for your upgraded Instant 60 in that situation would be really good, because then you leave the options open, the door is open. Also, I like the nice PBT, because then also you can come back, you can be like, I'm gonna buy the blue accents this month, $12.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy the lavender accents this month, $12. You can come back and get them, and then it feels like a brand new set every time you get another one of those accent kits in.
Yeah, and with, if you're spending, like I said, I honestly think 250 is like the sweet spot. Like okay, I want to dip my toes on, it's like, just go for the 250. Save the extra. Get yourself a hot swap PCB and some lube, maybe pay some. There are a lot of people that will build keyboards for you for free right here. We will. If it's like your first board, well, hell, if it's your first board, I'll probably lube them for free as well. If it's not, then sometimes we like to be paid for our services in terms of mainly because I hate lubing. But there are other people that will do it for free. Hop in our Discord. There are a lot of I know Langlandia builds boards for free. DD Decline builds boards for free. So lots of people are willing to help you get your build put together. And because soldering can be scary, like I completely understand that. Like it can be a hassle, and then that's just that added extra cost of like, well, now I have to fucking yeah, Keeb Noob. If you're wanting to buy one of these crazy ass through hole designs, she's fucking insane enough to build through holes for you. I did that once for someone and never again.
Yeah, and you want to preface all of this, if the like entry edition NK65, another good option, it's just not in stock right now, as well as the Bakken Neko, two boards that could very easily come in and just be like, yeah, you don't fuck off with all of your jade marble case.
Yeah. Bakken Echo is what, 130, 129 or 139?
I can't remember how much
but 130, I mean, with caps, you're looking at probably around 200.
129 caps.
129, so 130.
The only thing you have to add is caps and switches.
Caps and switches, you can get solid caps. You're at 190. Puts you around 210. Honestly, the Bakken Echo, it's literally right here.
And it comes with a case.
And it comes with a case. You get the PCB, the plate, the stabs are all a part of that. So you're going to save a couple dollars on stabs somewhere. And that's, again, where the 250 pops in. Now you can buy some nicer switches. You can get some other stuff. And that's got the gaskets, right? And then the NK65, $95. Caps, $50. Switch it. Then you're really open on what you want for switches. Like, if you can get those are the better buy than the resin board. But the resin board's cool. So
the resin board definitely has the higher aesthetic. It's maybe not as classy as something like the Bakken Neko is a more it's not as loud as the resin. But yeah, so it just kind of depends. Those are some options if you're for different aesthetic choices. What are you thinking? We said before that $300 would be the big price point to be where you can get the most bang for your buck. What were you thinking at the $300 price?
At 300, it gets tough because you could. The switches are what, like $19 or $17? What are the GAT yellows? If we're staying with GAT yellows, you might be able. Let me do some quick maths here. No, you wouldn't be able to get the Brutal 60 is just a little bit too expensive. 215.
What keyboard are we building? What size board are we?
It's still gonna at that price, you're still gonna probably have to go for 60 or 65.
This is Blade 65. How much is this? Too much. $289.
Yeah. Unfortunate. You can get a Tokyo 60 is a solid board. You don't have to buy a plate, and I think that comes with a PCB. You can get those on fucking Amazon for $160, and I think that comes with a PCB.
Yeah, it does because it's hot.
Yeah. So I don't know if it comes with stabs, but the stabs it does come with may not. Tokyo 60. I mean, it's not the best board, but it's a solid board. If you're looking for something a little bit more up and oomph, but to me, when I was looking at this, the tofu, and you can even go upgrade up to the white one, but the KBD fans tofu is just, I mean, it's a fantastic board. I had one for a very long time. So let me go. I think the white one's 108. I'm trying to see if they have any of the other colors in stock at the moment. That's E yellow. I don't want E yellow. If we have to go for the white one, that's fine. But usually, it's right here at the fucking top, Dave. So $88, tofu, lots of different colors. You can get dark green and pine green. You can get burgundy, chocolate, silver, champagne gold, Tiffany, dark purple, lots of different cool stuff here. $88. All right. The tofu is fucking.
You're not looking at the DIY kit.
I'm just looking at the case. Because now I've got what that's we're at 88. Now I'm starting to think, okay, now I kind of want to go for a brass board, a brass plate. So that's 39 if I remember correctly. With a brass plate. So looking fancy here. And then this, when we get to the keycap section, now you can start matching your board with the cap colors because now you might be able to afford something. So with PCB plus plate at 39 plus brass is $39, right?
Yeah, it's 39. Yeah, $39.90.
All right, 39 nights of 40. So 40 plus 45 for the PC. We're sticking with the ANSI. We're at 173, which means we have $127 to get switches and caps and stabs. Stabs are going to run you like $5.
I think you just stick with this setup that we had with the milky yellow pros with the cherry clip-ins, and you just ride the lightning.
Then you get $100. But let's upgrade. All right, maybe we want tactile. With $127, let's knock off 60. All right, knock off 60. Let's go to Canon Keys. What can you get?
Are you gonna shell right now?
Oh yeah. We're fucking shilling, dude. So all right, well, you got a nice PBT. You can get something a little different for the extra $5. You can go for the 60. The nice PBT black on white is 60. You can spend an extra $5, maybe go for elderberry, maybe go for an extra $10 for the winter tundra. I'm still going black on white base currently because
I think that's the most versatile.
And then that's going to be the longest lasting for outside of that. So,
dude, maybe so let's say we'll ride the lightning. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm doing it because I guess Metallica. We go with the Air Force Blue Tofu 60. We get the black on white base, and we get the blue accents.
Oh yeah. Okay, and that's at $245, $55. Shill mode. Which I just want to say, I don't know when they change this, but this switches page on the Canon Keys website looks fantastic. It's fucking lit.
Upas, this looks great.
We've got $55. Guess what we're spending fucking $45.50 of that on?
Hey, the Anubis switch.
The Anubis switch that puts you at $290. And you want that, if you want that upgrade, if you want to spend just over $303, $303, you get the Canon Keys Slow Springs for the 69 grand. Nice. Ooh. Upgrade. So I'm telling you right now, if I had a Tofu brass plate with those caps and these switches with those springs for $303, that would be in the rotation.
That's like a really good board.
Yeah, like a really solid. And also, okay, you want nice switches, but
what PCB did you go with?
ANSI.
The ANSI.
The
only thing maybe is swap out the springs for the instant. That would be the only thing.
Yeah, the springs for the instant, you can swap that out. You don't like tactiles? Well, guess what? One of the best I just said lavender. I just spoiled it. Guess what? One of the best linear switches out there costs the exact same as the Anubis. You can grab lavender switches. That's going to be an upgrade, in my opinion, over the yellows. You don't need a spring swap on those. Now, I would personally, but then you don't need the spring swap. Boom! Now there's your instant 60 PCB. That's a really fucking good board.
That is. Yeah, for $300, you got tofu, ANSI, lavenders with the nice PVT black on white. You can even throw in like an accented kit that
And that's with an accent kit too.
yeah.
That's with any accent kit you want.
Whereas, yeah, you could even knock off if you're just okay with the full black on white. You could just roll with that and call it a day.
Yeah.
I think, man, the nice PVT black on white set I think may be the best value with the opportunity to come back and add the accent kits. You have so much flexibility, like it just
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah. And if you're spending $300, like let's say you get springs instead of the accent kit, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're spending $300, like I've always viewed it as if you're spending spending $300 and spending $315 is not a huge difference. If it is, then you maybe should be like rethinking.
You should probably not spend $300.
Now, if someone's buying this for you, maybe say, hey, now you get the $300 and now you go buy the accent kits with your own money. Like if you're,
Or you just have them buy you everything but this, and then you just buy this on your own.
yeah, you just buy a couple extra things. So it's like, that's a solid board. You're still in the tray mount section, but you've got the night, you got the right.
That's like a good board, and that's like a great like Christmas gift. Like I'm thinking of like a kid, you're like 16, 17, and you like your parents like $300. I feel like is a reasonable like big gift. Like that's the one thing you get, and
You
it
get that
also
and
is
some
like
socks.
it's like cool for your parents too, because they're getting all of these things and they can wrap them all, and it's all individual. It's like they're gonna spend, like, let's be real, parents spend probably more than $300 on presents for their kids. They're getting you like 6 things, and it all
Yeah.
comes together, and then you get to put it together, and it's like a cool experience.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if your parents are like into like the DIYing thing aspect of life.
Yeah, and you get that aspect. Maybe if your dad's hands on, likes the technology stuff. 60% board. I don't know. What beats this? Because honestly, between Tofu Bakaneko,
Maybe like if
probably
you
going with the Bakan with the Tofu because I like a brass plate more. You can get more stuff. You might be able you have some more leeway because the board technically costs 45 plus 40. So what, 90? It technically costs like 160, 170. So it is more for the board for what you get out of the Bakaneko. You get a little extra leeway on the back end if you're getting the Bakaneko, but I either or is a really good deal.
The only one that I would say, but it's not in stock right now, would be the KVD 67 Lite.
Yeah, when a lot of people in chat have been saying that as well.
Because that's like it's like $120.
Yeah. So 120, and that comes with a PCB, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So that covers that. With $120, $130, now you're looking into GMK territory as well.
True.
So if you're wanting something from GMK, it might be group buy, but and then the stacked acrylic boards, that's something I'm not really planning on covering stacked because yes, you can, there's a lot of variation there. The stacked acrylic boards are good.
Dude,
I've got one that's not from Canon Keys, but they're very, very cool. And that's another great way to save a bunch of money. But I feel like if someone's kind of new, like stacked acrylic can be a bit complicated to put together.
Yeah. Plus, it's not as cool as stacked acrylic boards are. I don't think for someone who is brand new, they might not find a stacked acrylic board as aesthetically appealing as a metal board. Like, I feel like if you're trying to sway someone from buying like a Corsair K95 Platinum or whatever it is, like showing them a stacked acrylic board that costs the same doesn't hit as hard as showing them like a metal board that's like in the color that they want. Because like I think that's like the perception. I'm trying to think of like what someone, if I was brand new looking at it, unless I'm already into that style and that aesthetic, um, then I would probably want an aluminum board because aluminum feels more premium.
Premium
Um,
metal. It's heavy. It's heavy. There's nothing wrong with stacked. I did put it into consideration, but again, maybe I'm missing the point on stacked acrylic boards. To me, stacked acrylic boards, and this is just because I'm not a beginner, stacked acrylic boards are really cool as like another keyboard. But I'm
that's
like,
the
I
other
like
piece
my
to me.
metal one. And I'm like, stacked acrylic is something where I'm like, if I'm in it, I'm gonna be building a build around it, and I'm gonna have more knowledge about it. So stacked acrylic, and my wife has a stacked acrylic board. It's fantastic. It's one of her favorite board, although she is stuck on the Squid 60 right now. But there's a lot of cool stuff. So this isn't a like, hey, like great friends with SM Keyboards. He does amazing stuff. You can do a lot of stuff, but we're just kind of more looking at metal. Obviously, the first one was resin, but a lot of these can be subbed out. These aren't like the end all be all, but we are trying to make good, like the best that I can think of at that. And that $300 range, that Tofu's great. But let's talk about 500 because now
You kind of you opened it up. So what are you thinking for $500? Because
yeah,
I found
I'm
one
looking
on
at the
Canon or on KBD fans, which here if you want to look at the stream for $320, this thing's pretty freaking baller.
the D60.
Dude, yes, it's got the brass weight. It's got these cool little like flanges that come out in the front.
Mm-hmm. A little industrial looking.
Yeah, it's like two-tone. You can get in different colors. I think. Actually, no, you can't. Not right now. You have just green and gray. But dude, this thing's pretty freaking cool looking.
It is. It's pretty sick. The Blade 65 is now on the table as well. $289. And that's another one you can kind of get the two-tone look on. God, how much the it's on Stock. Where is it? The KBD 8X Mark II is a fantastic TKL 329. I'm again, I'm looking at the nice PBT black on white, right? It's $60. You're saving a lot of money. KBD, this one is what in black. Can't go wrong with a nice black keyboard. Yeah, you can choice between Win Keyless and TKL. It's got a nice hefty weight, brass plate, 329 leaves you switches. So that leaves you $170 for switches and caps. I'll tell you now, you're probably spending at no more than $60 on switches, which leaves you 100, and you need some stabs that leaves you about $100 for keycaps.
Dude, I would probably honestly, I would go obliterated 75.
Mm-hmm.
Shave off $30, and then you can pick up a GMK set off drop.
Yeah. I personally, so we'll build yours first at 500 and then we'll build mine because mine's going to be a little bit different.
So I'm going to go. Wait, what is it? There it is. Wait, nope. Too many tabs. Too many fucking tabs, dude.
Fuck.
Here it is. I'm going to go obliterated 75. I like this board. I think it looks really good. It's $295. Not bad. So you got $300. So you got $205 to play with. I'm gonna stay. We're gonna go back to our Milky Yellow Pros. I'm a believer. I'm trusting my boy Quakums. He's all about him right now. He thinks this is gonna be the next big switch. So you get 80 of them boys. Let's go with our stabs. We're still gonna get the clip-ins, so we're not doing anything other than split backspace. So you can get out of here with all that BS. So what is switches, and let's get that package protection out of there. All right, so that's $23. So we're at, what is that? $315. So we've got what, 100 and what is that? 100 and like $85 we can use on caps.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff.
We could even get, we're gonna go full on. We're gonna get some oil for our springs. We get some 106 apparently because 105's out of stock. We're gonna go back to Cannon Keys and we're gonna get the 63.5 gram slow springs because I think that's the play. Let's also add in some XHT BDZ. So we're at $43.35 there. I need math.
I need the math.
Wait, why is it 285 here and 295? Oh, A stock. We'll go rose gold. All right. So we've got 308. So what is that? 350. So we've got $150 to spend. How much is the drop? Do they still have black on white? Yeah, they do. $110. And we can add a cable. No, we can't add a cable. Dude, there it is. And you got money to spare. You could even up your switches to lavenders and be good.
There it is. Mine's at 510. I'm sorry, but my decisions I needed to make. Okay, so here we go. I'm going devastating TKL.
Okay.
Because we want it to look bougie. We're going black. You can get an A stock. You can also here we go. Boom. Save. B stock, save $10. $300. You know what's fucking literally live and available for purchase right now? GMK Modern Dolce Light.
Wait, they still have it in stock?
Hell yeah, they do. $154.99. You can buy it. Make sure to use our code Disco Crocodile. What's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a hot minute.
Dude, I'm switching. Fuck black on white. Modern Dolce, and we're good.
Modern Dolce Light. $154. That brings us to $455. We're spending $45 on hippos from Kinetic Lab. Boom. Couple bucks for stabs. Does Devastating come with stabs?
Devastating does not come with stabs, I don't think.
Okay, so $10 for stabs. I don't have lube, so I'm built at this point. But if you're spending $500, might as well drop an extra $10. Get yourself some lube and some nice stabs. Boom. That's where you start going. Oh, this is fucking in-game board. Goddamn in-game board.
This is, dude, GMK in stock. A GMK key set that's like really good. And so, man, people were buying GMK Modern Dolce Light for $300 or $250 to $290. And it's sitting here in stock. And look, I'm gonna hit refresh. I can still add it to cart.
Boom.
It's in my cart. Dude, I might have to pick up. I might need to buy the numbers.
Sadly,
set.
I think the numbers are sold out.
Is it? Dang. What else is aesthetic sold out?
You can get the standard. It's what you need for a TKL. Let me tell you, with Modern Dolce sitting on your devastating TKL, people are going to go look at your keyboard at a meetup. You're going to be flexing. Hippo switches are fantastic switches. And you can get 90 for $45. You've got it's a great build. It's in that that's kind of in that realm of like, this is probably a fucking in-game board.
So we basically built the same board minus switches,
and
mine's
different case,
smaller.
But yeah, a little bit smaller.
$5 cheaper.
So yeah, there it is. What is the best though? So I'm gonna make a poll and then we're gonna take it to keyboard of the month after this.
Yeah, what would you buy if you had of these three, say you had the $500, that would be the all out, like the all out ball out. And you wouldn't really have an opportunity to maybe get something else that you want. Like, would you spend the additional $300 or $200 over the $300 board, the tofu, to get one of these? Or would you just stick with the tofu or even the resin board?
There it is. The poll's up. So it's there. With 60% build at 200. What are you getting, Eric? Or let's not even what are you getting? What's the best value here?
Man, I think it's definitely the $300 board. As far as like what would I be the happiest with for the longest time in terms of price and like I am someone who if I spend over a certain amount of money, I kind of feel bad. And I think $300, while a lot of money, is a reasonable amount of money in the grand scheme of like this hobby. So I think that the $300 board, I would be happiest with it for a long time. If you get the hot swap board, it's something that you get the instant 60 over the ANSI. It's something that you can use and can be a board that has value for you in the long term, even if you get something crazy like a key cult or an iron or a Baka 70. Like if you get something else later down the road, the tofu still can provide value to you as like tester board, a work board, something that you can kind of beat on. Whereas like even at the $500, I'd feel bad beating on one of the Brutalist line boards.
Yeah, even though
know?
it's literally brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking tofu as well. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the brutal board, and there's definitely nothing wrong with the $200 board. I think at $200, that's where I start going. Oh, I'm missing my brass plate. I'm missing. I'm not. Gateron yellows are great. They're probably the best bang for buck switch out there. But I'm missing my tactile switches. I'm okay spending the extra $100 on a nicer plate, on a metal case, and some nicer switches. I think that at $300, yeah, that's a great work board. If you go, okay, I want to get this. I'm in the hobby now. Now I kind of want something nicer. Well, now you have two. Now you have something. When you're working on one, it's nice to have two. I know that's like such a privileged. It's like, oh, I've got more than one keyboard. But it's nice to have that beater, that tester build. Again, for the extra 15, you can customize it further. The tofu though, you're getting you can get a different color. Some of them you can even get the white and go for the all clean, like Apple aesthetic, just all white everything. For like 20 extra bucks. Like you can, there's a lot you can do and a lot you can go from. With the tofu build, $500, it's a great board, but again, yeah, you're kind of stuck. Once you start spending more, you kind of like, well, that's that build. But you get locked into that build. You don't go much further than that without changing the entire case. You've got your GMK keycap set, you've got some high-end switches, you've got, the PCB and plate are all part of the case. The only way to go from there is to change the entire board, and that's when the changes there. It's like, well, now I got to go spend $500 on a keyboard, $600 on a $700 on a keyboard. So that's where I think that's the 300's the best value.
Well, and also keep in mind that you could shave down from the lavenders and go with the milky yellows and spend maybe like $330 ish. Get Moto Light still.
Yeah, right there. Moto on a white tofu for like $350.
Or clean. Even on like the blue or like any color tofu.
Yeah.
Like
maybe not. Brown might even work well. Purple, I think, that might be tough.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? But the people voted 500. I get it. You know, a lot of it's a great board. The Obliterated series, or the Obliterated 75 is a great keyboard. I haven't tried personally the TKL, but the Devastating TKL. But that's another. I mean, all those boards in that line are fantastic. There's not really a bad pick here. If I'm personally buying something, I'm probably going to go for the Brutal, so that I can now then afford the Brutal 60. I'm now going to be able. I can still get the caps, but now I'm going to be able to afford some lube, some spring swapping, all that stuff. I save a little bit on the switches because now I only have to buy 70 instead of 90. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Our viewers are in the hobby already, so they're like, we get that. This is, while we do plan on providing more content that is geared towards beginners, or just good conversational topics, the viewers that we have, most people are not going to be like, oh, what's this mechanical keyboard thing? And then we're like, this week, this vendor said this thing, and we're going to fucking flame them for it. And they're like, I have no idea. I didn't realize there was drama about keyboards.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think that the big thing between 300 and 500 for a lot of people is 300 seems like a lot of money. 500 is that's a significant portion of money, right?
Yeah.
300 is the 300 to 500 jump is huge for a lot of people. That's even if you have a lot of money coming in, if you make decent money, spending 300 versus spending 500 is pretty crazy. So
did the Reddit debacle ever get situated? I have not heard. My conversations with Davis have strictly been about the Baka 70, so I just have not followed up. But we can follow up with that next week. It's 9:30 already. We got some keyboards to look at.
We get these open here. We got some keyboards of the week. Same one.
Let's see. Rascal. I think, so the Chosen Juan, I believe, is the first one. Yes. So this is, or we'll change over to the screen. This is the ZMKC Pocket Gaming Console with DMG, but very Alice style layout. Slim, sleek. DMG looks fantastic. I love when you go 00 because you get to say boo. I fucking love. DMG is just a great looking set. It came out so good.
Yeah, it's so nice. They had to run it twice. But yeah, no, DMG arguably probably the best thing that the key company has done.
Yep.
I feel
I would even say
arguably.
I'd say that's not even arguably.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing.
Probably. Yeah. I would think that's But yeah, this looks great. I love the little baby space bars and the accent color of DMG. Looks good.
Disco Crocodile, haven't really heard from him much, but I don't know. I would ask on DD Decline's Discord or stream whenever he gets back from being out of town. But next up, we've got a thematic build. This is Static's SP Mini with a carbon fiber plate, all black U4T switches, Durox stabs, and 808 boom, which is designed by Langlandia and why did I just go CYO?
CYO caps. Andy. Missed that dude, man.
He hit me up 2 weeks ago. He was like, hey man, I was like, I miss you. Come back.
Such a good dude. Such a really fantastic person. So
CYO retired, by the way. Disco Crocodile. He sold all of his gear and got out of the artisan making game. No, but the SP Mini, this is such a cool little board. It's a 40, but also not. It's got everything you need in a 65%. It's got more than a 65%. It's just a cool board split. Um, for gaming, I could imagine just popping that other side off, throw it off to the side, maximum mouse space. Cool board.
Yeah, it looks really good. Also, fantastic picture. I know that is something you have been um, working on, Mr. Static Age. This looks great. Looks really, really freaking good.
Absolutely. And then the next picture is the bonus shot. Oh,
I didn't open that one.
okay. Well, if you guys want to go to our Discord,
I opened it now.
Oh, okay.
The booty.
So the booty shot, love a good key butt, cool weight. And then they got the carbon fiber plate with the U4T U4T switches. Just great build, great desk mat.
Yeah. And then next up, we've got Gnarly Charlie for You's brass knuck hole. Not like knuckle, but knuck hole. Wearing DSS shale.
I was today years old that both of these things existed.
Yeah, did not know. I was going to ask you, did you know anything? So, okay. What's weird is shale. So I work in a company that we do stuff for car upholstery. Shale is the name of a color for GM from like 2000 or 99 to like 2007. Shale. So like it's really weird to see shale listed as somewhere, and it's like exactly this color, which is funny. But yeah, this looks cool. Not quite brass knuckles though. Not quite.
It would
brass
hurt.
knuckles.
It would still hurt if you hit someone with this.
True.
So lastly, we got Deeds' clue board with GMK laser, synthwave, and hotkey project artisans. Very, very cool. Clue board again. You just don't see them. You just don't see them that much.
Yeah.
So, I think this the one that you built.
I believe it is.
There it is. There it is. Great looking board.
It looks good. The laser synthwave, I think, is ironically
one of the best things. It's
the best laser. It's the best version of laser.
Yeah, it's clean, very blue, and love that. Just clean, straight and to the point. So, but very cool. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm tired. I'm getting my bedtime's coming up soon. What are you picking?
I'm gonna go with the boom, the 808 boom.
There it is. I'm torn. I like. So I mean, I only got two more. I think. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go with the ZMKC with DMG because it's a lot of letters, but it's also a really cool layout, or not layout, but just I am a sucker for accent space bars, and I am even more of a sucker for
Boo.
accent space bars on Boo, but also accent space bars on a split layout board.
This means, if you don't know, this means that whoever owns this key set spent a lot of money on this key set.
So, keyboard of the week, we have SP Mini 808 Boom, and we have ZMKC with GMK DMG. So 3 minutes on the clock. There we go. I want to give a quick but awesome shout out to our awesome sponsors. We have OmniType. You can head on over to OmniType, where we talked about it. $155, get you Modern Dolch Light right now. Extras are up. Don't miss. It's a fantastic set. It looks super awesome. Eric and I both have it. It's great. So use that code. Helps us out. Next up, Project Keyboards. I think GMK Slasher is still running right now. It's going to be running through September 13th. So you got about a week left. GMK Slasher, very cool little set. If you're watching this, getting tips, and maybe you pick up Slasher now, then you go grab yourself any of those blackboards later, and you're gonna have a really cool, like, black, gray, and red theme, which is very fun board to build off of. We spoke a lot about Canon keys right now. GMK Classic Black on White is group buys running right now. Lots of keycap sets and the nice PBT range. Lots of switches. The Anubis switches are still up for sale right now, so if you want to go grab them. Lots and lots of stuff off of the Cannon Keys site. The code doesn't work on the set. Code's a little goofy right now. That's fine, but I would honestly go for it. But yeah, Cannon Keys. They just honestly, Cannon Keys is really shining so bright right now with how much stuff. Like I'm not this. That's not a shill. Like literally, just go look at their site. They've got more stuff than anybody else, except maybe. No, I mean Novel Keys doesn't have too many boards up right now. Like Cannon Keys is crushing it right now. So direct your attention to them. Next up, and lastly, at the sponsor area, we got Kinetic Labs. Here on the 17th, their next Polycaps set, Corn, will be dropping. Very excited to see that. They've also got awesome switches, like the Hippo Linears, the Salmon Tactiles. So very cool stuff over there. Eric, what do we got at the partner?
Yeah, so shout outs to our partners, Zap Cables. One thing we didn't talk about in our board builds tonight was cables. And if you want a fancy custom cable, or even a fancy custom, not custom, but fancy desk mat, head on over to zapcables.com. Pick yourself out something nice. You can build it yourself, or they do have some that are in stock. And then head on over to Type Beast. Go to typebea.st. Sign up for their newsletter. We'll keep you in touch with what's happening in the community, so you don't feel like Dave and I feel half the time when someone starts talking about something new, like it's been out for like 6 months and you have no idea. Type Beast will keep you up to date on what's happening, what's going on in the community. Smith and Rune, go to smithrune.com. Iron 180s should be shipping here soon, which means extras are right around the corner. You want what seems to be one of the best TKLs that has come out in the last year. Stay in touch with the guys over at Smith and Rune. Go to smithrune.com, join their Discord, buy some merch. And then last but not least, the site that we were on for those Milky Pro Gateron Yellows, which I have heard nothing but fantastic things about. Go to 3dkeebs.com. So, as well as DSS After School is live on 3D Keebs tomorrow. So go check that out.
And the 17th, Baka 70.
Yeah.
Going to be launching there as well.
I hear the guy that made that board's kind of a dick, though.
He is, trust me. He's just copied the 60, just the squids copied the Baka 60. Like, yeah. It's pretty blatant. But 808 boom caps on the SP Mini. So congratulations, Stat. It's a great picture. It's a great board. It's a great keycap set. So very, very cool there. So this weekend, so again, tomorrow, no stream as we are still kind of getting everything set for October. So we'll be back Saturday. It will be myself and Crash Draws. And we're going to be going over this poster in detail. He sent me the link today, and I'm literally just going to zoom in. We're just going to go through every single part and talk about Thoctober. Hell yeah. We're going to talk about every little detail that maybe someone missed about this, and I think we might even give away a poster or two. So be sure that'll be Saturday at noon. That VOD will be up Sunday at 3 so that people can see it if you missed it. So it'll be a really cool way to go and really kind of dive deep into this. Like Top Clack did a great job going through it, but we wanted to bring in him and be like, Top Clack saw everything, but man, you can't look at this poster for an hour and get it all in unless you fucking made it.
Yeah.
So, but and we are going to raid Halloween boards.
Ooh. Here we go. While he gets that set up, thanks again for stopping by tonight. We're going to be closing up shop tonight, and come hang out with Dave and Crash Draws Saturday at noon, and I'll be back on Tuesday. So you have a fantastic week and enjoy your weekend, and I'm excited for that VOD. But with that being said, We'll see you. Bye bye.